guys, this is Rick Shaw here in the kitchen, and getting ready to make the kids something yummy to eat. Wanted to show you something too if you're here in the Philippines, and this is something that, we tried different ones, but if you like pancakes, this is the mix to get right there. We get that, the kids love it. I do it every now and again for breakfast. I always add an extra egg, and I put some vanilla. There's my happy boy. Yeah. And I always put, instead of a cup of water, I always put a little bit extra, just maybe a cup and an ounce or so. There you are, buddy. You got Mr. Teddy. There you go. So, and it makes it really good. I like them crepe style, and so do the kids. And we put honey on them, so we like them. But I wanted to talk more about if you're going to come here and build a house and set up a house. Now, we didn't know that this house right here, I could have moved this wall. This wall right here could have been all the way to there. They never told me that. They didn't say a damn word about that. I would have done that to give me a bigger kitchen. That way I could have had counters on this side. But be that as it may, we're in a tiny house. And I'll just show you things I did and something to think about, because the Philippines, if you get a custom home done, they'll give you this little sink that's only this deep, maybe one bowl, no hot water. It's just it's tough. It's really tough. So I went ahead and when I started out with the kitchen, I looked around a long time for this sink. And the reason why I got a sink this size was because, look here, I can set my pans in them if I need to soak them or anything like that. They're not sitting halfway in and out. I do have hot water. This is hot on this side. This is cold here. The Insta-Hot is way up here, if you can see that in there. That's the plumbing guy who did this house. I wanted it down here underneath the cabinet where my reverse osmosis is. And he said it won't work. I'm not kidding you guys. He refused to put it under the cabinet where I wanted it. He said it won't work because it works on gravity. And I asked him, I said, how does the water get up to it? So this is the kind of people you're going to get working for you in this country when you're getting your house built. But another thing they don't do here, they don't do drawers. I did mine with the propane. I got the propane there. We keep our eggs in there, our reverse osmosis, and some picnic silverware, stuff we don't use all the time. I try to stay out of here. You gotta keep. I'm actually gonna put a fan in here. I'm gonna cut a hole in the door, come up through here so I could plug it in, and I want a fan. They were supposed to put me a plug down here. They just didn't do it. And I'm not ripping everything out to do it. Everybody says, oh, go ahead and just put one in. Yeah, all the crap you got to go through. Should have been done in the first place. We did add this little guy right here, our little fan. It's real nice. We went with the stove. Now, we are in a tiny kitchen. This is La Germania. Fantastic stove, guys, if you're going to buy one. We went with the LG fridge. I went with this one because for the kids, so you don't lose all your cold air. And this is really nice, too, when the power goes out. You're not losing all your cold air, because air is a fluid and it'll pour out the bottom. We had power outage again yesterday for about 45 minutes, and then it flickered. It flickered on and off for quite some time. But you'll see our water right now. Our water's pressure's real low. There's nothing upstairs again. That's just what we're dealing with. But this is how we did the kitchen. Like I say, they don't do drawers in this country. If you want drawers, you gotta speak up. Actually, when we got this place, the cabinets were only from here to here, and then there was no more cabinets. So what I did was the cabinets that were in the bedroom, I traded them for this cabinet, and I had them make it so that I don't smack my head on it. I got it at 2 meters, and this one, and these ones were added here. And I didn't want them all the way to the ceiling, so I had space on top to put stuff too. So, and then plus we do a lot of hanging stuff. This was a little sticker thing I got from Lazada. I made little hook things. I like to have all my stuff hung up, the pots and all that. and my ghee pot there, and my good strainer. And that's the way we do it. I got the ladder for my little sweetie if she needs to get anything. We just had to do it. I didn't want the cabinets low because I'm smacking my head on it. I know that makes it rough for her because she's 4'7", but hey, I'm not going to come through here and smack my head on this. There's actually on this place when I walk, believe it or not, and I know it's there, and I don't know how I did it, but they have these arms coming out of the light poles for hanging advertisements on, but it comes right into the sidewalk, and I walked right into it. I had a big cut here on top of my head. By the time I got home, I had my whole, and I was wearing, the day I wear a white shirt. The only day I wear a white shirt, and the blood just kept dripping down all over because I cut pretty good into my scalp. Everything here is low. If you come here and you're real tall, you're going to find it's low. So I had to make everything. Like our ceilings are, look at them. Look at the ceilings. They're way over. They're over 9 feet, which I wanted. That was something I had to have. Now it's pretty low down in there, but the doors are all a little bit higher. And here, it's no problem getting custom doors or anything like that. We just had these sealed up because the water was getting in the bottom real bad. But it's a rainy, kind of dreary day. I keep opening these windows and my wife keeps closing them. I open them, she closes them, but she's out now. But as soon as Dorothy gets up, we're going to make the breakfast. But there she is. There's my beautiful Dolly. Good morning, sweetheart.
Darcy.
Love you, baby. We're going to make pancakes. They're already mixed up, kiddo. All right, but that's our little kitchen. What?
You're so loud. Bye-bye.
Thank you, buddy. We also did, some hanging here. I put a real nice rack because it's adjustable. We even got more pans hung in the back there. I don't know if you can see that because of the light. My wife just cleaned this area up. We had a big black stand here. It was just in the way. I didn't like that. But everything's hanged up. I try to get it all in the same spot so we can find it the next time we're looking. But it's a small kitchen. That's all there is to it. Another thing I recommend when you're here, we use this thing. We have our little Tim was the one who we saw this over at his house, and I just had to get it. Love it. But I do make brewed coffee most of the time, but my wife likes the instant, so we have that. But make sure you get one of these jobs because the power goes out a lot. So you're going to want to have that also. One of the things I do not use tap water in anything we boil water in. The first house we were at, my wife boiled in a tea kettle like this. And my goodness, it just was full of crap in the bottom that when I said, how can you drink I don't want to drink any of that coffee. How can you drink out of that? It was just like rock in there. And even this one here, I've just been putting reverse osmosis water in it. And then my mother-in-law was here. She just went home today. She put regular water one time that I know of. And I asked her, please don't do that. Don't do that. We buy water, and we have the reverse osmosis here for that water. And she put the regular water. Because it's for the guys. Well, why are you giving them bad water? And it just ruined the bottom of that thing. I had to get in there with a green scratch pad and clean it all out. One time that I know of, and it was just full of gook. So at least it took it out of the water, I guess. It stuck it to the bottom of the pan, all the sediment and minerals and stuff. Yeah. Don't worry about it. So that's how we go with that. Make sure you're getting clean water. I don't use the water from the tap for anything other than bathing, and I would like to love to have a whole system for the entire house. I had that before where I lived. I had a huge reverse osmosis because I was going to start brewing beer, and then just I was able. This thing was able to do like these ones here, make tons and tons of water. It was a huge thing, and then I was going to get a 750-gallon brewmaster and take up half the garage making beer, and then use that water and add my own minerals to it. Not rock minerals or anything. and make some good beer. But so I know they have those systems, but I don't have the pressure to operate a system like that right now. And plus, water here, when you think about how much we use compared to what I used in the States, it's very expensive. I was just talking to my buddy there, and he got his water bill, and it was like $20. And I said, "Oh, how many cubits did you use?" And it was 10 times what we used. And we pay, you know, right now, this last month, it was only 12 bucks, something like that. But it was a tenth of what my buddy used. So water here, and plus what you're getting too. You know, they don't even do the thing. Just their delivery charge is so high. So watch out for that. We're gonna make pancakes as soon as I'm done with the video, guy. But we got her fixed up. We got our house done real good. You know, we're trying to get the water good. We still buy that water from this guy over here. I was saying that in the last video. This jug right here is 30 pesos. We have an extra one under there, and then we get these. We refill these. But I do, at the beginning of the month, this bonus distilled water, I'll usually buy 8 or 10 of those. And if we run out, because I use that for cooking, drinking, and all that. And then what we'll do is I'll refill them if they get low. Like these ones we just had refilled for 16 pesos each. It was a lot cheaper over in Carmona. They were only 10 pesos to fill, and here they're more. But the water place we use, there's cheaper ones around here. A lot of people use, but this guy, the reason why I use him, he is a neighbor, and when you look at his place, you can go right inside and look. It is super clean, and they actually clean your jugs. Most places, I took in one time on purpose to a place, and it had fungus in the petcock. They didn't clean it or nothing. You take them into this guy up here, they look at it, they see any kind of crap in there, they pull the whole petcock off and they clean everything, and then they put it all back together for you. And so you're getting what you pay for. You know, we had water places where it just was filthy. There was that one down in San Jose that I don't care if it's cheap. I didn't want to get the water there because, you know, the one fellow, I went in the door. They don't like you to go in there, but I stepped inside the door, and he had a rag that he was just cursively wiping out the inside of the containers. I could smell it. I was an arm length from this rag, and I could smell the bacteria and crud on there. So what he was doing was, after he rinsed out the jug, he went ahead and pre-bacteriated it before he put the water in. So watch that, guys. I'm telling you, you watch what you're getting, what you're buying here in this country, because you'll get some serious bad water here. I know I started talking about the kitchen stuff, but we get on water, but it's something you have to be really concerned of. You have to get a lot of water while you're here. I go through quite a bit. I have these, where did I put it? I have this cup right here, nice metal cup. I think it's about a quart. I drink 4 or 5 of these in a day, and if I'm outside walking and sweating a lot, it's even more than that. And I make sure the kids do. Plus, I also make sure we get plenty of salt. I've been buying the sea salt, and then I also have some Himalayan salt. I gotta open up another one. You can get the Himalayan salt down at Lazada, real cheap. I mean, they send you a kilo of it for a super low amount. I can't remember what I paid for it. But something else with the power outages here that works really well, make yourself a Crisco candle. Actually, they're really good to put in a mason jar and put your rod in, but I make these things, they burn forever. This one I just made, it's our second one, and they burn for a long time. I don't use that for cooking because I don't want to die young. But, oh, there's the chew my buddy sent me, old Tom. But just loving the kitchen here, even though it is small. When it's my wife in here working, we have it's a good way to go. I did buy an extra big refrigerator. I could have probably got away with the smaller one, but you know, we do fill it up. The deep freezer outside, that's going to get fired up today. We're gonna go ahead and put a bunch of food in there, and it's a chiller or a freezer. Right now we're going to use it as a chiller, and next payday, I'll probably move a lot of the frozen stuff out there. Separate some of the stuff. Maybe put some of the beefs out there. We got when the power goes out here, a deep freezer will stay cooler. Plus, the one I bought has the little glass slidey things on it, so you don't let a lot of heat pour into it when you open up the lid. It's Fujidan, so we really like it. I tried it when I first got it. It worked good, and then now we're just going to fire it up again since we've been moved here. Haven't had the need for it yet, but I like to do shopping and keep a lot of that. I do believe, I was going to get a computer here pretty soon, a laptop, but I think what I'm going to do is spend that money that's coming up on generator. With the way this power goes out, it's just ridiculous. I've never lived in a place. Now I lived in the Midwest, where I lived in this little sleepy town that was on a real old electrical system, and almost every winter, power would go out for weeks at a time. But we were all prepared for that. This place, we've been here since May, and every single month we've been getting power outages. Last anywhere from an hour to 24, 36 hours. Just some of them, they tell you that it's going out, and other ones it just goes out, and you get a lot of flickering. So if you're going to have a computer, you might want to have a USB. I like the idea of a laptop because it's got a built-in USB right on it. If the power goes out, it's already up and running. I did want to say again about the PLDT that we have. It's really working good. Some folks, I think, I had some comments on there that some folks were saying it's maybe the area, and this area seems to be pretty good. Our first area, when we had PLDT, we only had it for a few months, and then they cut us off for a half a month. And it had worked good up until then, but they sent us a notice saying that your PLDT is going to go off on this date, and then it's going to come back on this date, which was 15 days, half a month. So when the bill came, I sent them half the money, and immediately they sent me a letter that I got that day, immediate, and they cut it off. And then they wanted me to pay these huge charges to turn it back on, and I went down to the office, to talk to these people. Hey, you gave me half the service. Why do I? Nope, they didn't want to hear any of it. And then we were blocked from getting it. We tried to get it in Carmona again because it's the only plan. Hang on, buddy. This is the only thing we could do. And no, because you still owe us. They wanted us to pay the entire 2-year contract, all the way up to the end of the 2-year contract. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's a huge amount of money. So, because it was $1,200 a month, something like that. So, it just was ridiculous. And then I guess the 7 years was up, and then when we got it here, they still came back to that. But it was a couple hundred peso, pay a couple hundred peso fee and we'll turn you back on. Because it was 7 years that we haven't used it, and I guess they forgive that stuff after 7 years. But they were going to take me to court and all kinds of stuff. And I said, go ahead, take me to court. I'd love to sit in front of a judge and talk to the judge and say, hey, you pull up to the gas station and you say, give me 1,000 pesos worth of gas, and I give you 500 pesos worth of gas, and take your 1,000 pesos and say good day. Let's see how the judge reacts to that. That's what I got to say. So watch the way they do these bills. I wish they wouldn't do so many damn contracts on these places. It seems everywhere they want a stinking contract, and that you're going to run into that here. It's just a pain. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. It's raining, so I'm not going to go sand my cast iron yet. I still got a little bit I got some new sandpaper came, so I'm going to get my cast iron. This is a good one. This one's already nice and smooth. I do use Teflon. I don't let my sweetie use it because they scratch it up. So what I do, and I keep it at a real low heat, because the stuff, if you overheat them, they're just releasing deadly chemicals. They probably still do a little bit, but sometimes the the aggravation of cooking on sticky pans. That'll give me a stroke. So you gotta weigh your weigh your stuff. I do like the cast iron though. I use that mostly for everything. I do have a lot of little pots for boiling stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. That's just my rambling kitchen talk today. It's rainy. We're not gonna be doing much outside today. It's all gonna be inside, and I gotta get these babies some pancakes made. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
You're so